Well, today I'm talking to Cori Terry, who is the founder and artistic director of Wellspring, Cori Terry and Dancers. Thank you so much for talking with me here today.
Oh, thank you for having me.
So let's start at the beginning. Where are you from? Where did you grow up? Tell me a little bit about your parents.
Yeah, I was born in Brooklyn in 1952. And my parents were kind of political activists and very, very into the arts. They were lifelong New Yorkers. So, of course, they thought New York City was the greatest city in the world. And one of the reasons they thought that was because of the arts and the cultural scene.
And what turned you on to dance? I mean, how were you exposed to it?
Well, my mother loved modern dance. My very first dance teacher was a modern dancer. She was an ex-company member of the Martha Graham Dance Company, and she had opened up a studio in Brooklyn. So I started taking modern dance classes when I was 3 years old.
Wow.
I didn't really decide that that was going to be my thing in life until I met Eric Hawkins when I was about 20. That changed my life when I met him, and I decided to drop everything and moved into the city and devoted myself to the Eric Hawkins Dance Company.
Wow. Wow. What brought you to Kalamazoo?
Right. That is a question I get asked a lot. Back in, I think it was 1978, right after this gigantic snowstorm.
Yeah.
Eric told us all that we were going to do a 6-week winter tour because we toured all over the country and abroad. The first stop was going to be Miller Auditorium in Kalamazoo, Michigan. And I laughed, to be honest. I was that kind of New Yorker. I thought I had never heard of Kalamazoo. It sounded like Timbuktu to me. And he said, no, that's a really nice city. And they have a great dance department at Western Michigan University. Yeah. We came in, we made it in through that snowstorm. And I met my then future, now ex-husband. And we carried on a relationship from a distance. I was in New York. He was here in Kalamazoo. During that time, I developed a relationship with the dance department at Western, and they hired me as artist in residence for that first year of 1980. And so I met some really great dancers that year. We did a concert, and I asked them if they wanted to have a dance company with me, and they all said yes. And that was the start of Wellspring.
How wonderful.
And I was told by many people when I first announced that I was going to do my own modern dance company in Kalamazoo that it couldn't be done because this is a small city and somewhat conservative. They were like a modern dance company. I don't think you're going to make it. But that just made me dig my heels in even more and say, watch me. I really, really wanted to introduce modern dance to Kalamazoo audiences and the Kalamazoo community and make it available, just like going to a show or a music concert or anything else. You could also go to a modern dance concert. So I did it somehow. I mean, it wasn't straightforward, linear path. It was kind of a battle, but there were a lot of different factors that I think helped me along the way.
Like what?
For instance, having a very strong board of directors, and I've always had that. It was really important. They did a lot of fundraising and a lot of support, and of course, a lot of great dancers right from the beginning, although I think these days it's even better.
Yeah.
One of the other really big factors was that the Epic Center opened in the year 2000. They probably came to me in 98 or 99 and said, there's a lot of arts organizations in Kalamazoo that are looking for a new home. And we had been, because the place we were performing in was the old Park Trade Center, and there was a column in the middle of our dance space, and we danced around that column. I mean, people loved it because it felt like a New York loft space, but we were outgrowing that as a theater. And so they said, we're going to open up this place. If you could have your dream theater, what would it look like? And I sat there with the architects and I told them exactly what I wanted. And they started work on the Epic Center. We were the first tenants at the Epic Center with the Wellspring Theater. And we have our beautiful theater up on the second floor. And that was a real turning point for Wellspring because we became a lot more visible.
Support for Kalamazoo Lively Arts is provided by the Irving S. Gilmore Foundation, helping to build and enrich the cultural life of Greater Kalamazoo.